Veterans Day is celebrated around the country, but we'll break down the real meaning of this holiday.
We'll also see what campus police is doing about recent crime on campus.
And more on the upcoming transit system in the Rock Hill community.
Welcome to Winthrop Close Up. I'm Nick Gibson.
And I'm Pagan Glenn. Veterans Day is often a day for deals and sales at many retailers, but reporter Taylor Simpson looks at what this holiday means for those who have served.
On November 11th, 1919, Armistice Day, later changed to Veterans Day, originated for the first anniversary of the end of World War I. York County, as well as other cities across the nation, remember veterans with a parade.
Every day is Veterans Day. We just observe it once a year. And for the general public, they need to make sure that they thank a veteran. There's less than 1% of the military active duty today, as compared to 7% back when the draft was on.
Due to the military, some of the freedoms Americans have every day are not thought about and can be taken for granted.
That the freedoms that they enjoy, the ability to jump in a car and go to Zaxby's, the freedoms to have parents that can go to jobs, freedoms to have people run companies instead of government running companies. All these freedoms are due to the veterans.
Many veterans never had a proper welcome home, but on this Veterans Day, all were honored.
That's when all my brothers and sisters get together and we're honored. It's a day that we can show other people what we did and why.
For the veterans living abroad and the ones living stateside, remember to thank them for their service. From York County, Taylor Simpson, Winthrop Close Up.
What a great parade. If you see a veteran, please remember to thank them for their service.
We shouldn't forget about the work our campus police do on a daily basis as well. Sometimes bad things do happen on campus, and when crimes occur, Winthrop's police take action. With the recent reports of theft in Thompson Cave, Chief Scoggins of Winthrop Police addresses concerns students and faculty may have.
I think we have been very, very fortunate in solving those larcenies, identifying suspects and getting them properly charged.
Also shared that campus police sometimes goes months without any larceny reports, and he wouldn't be surprised if Winthrop's larceny cases have declined over the years. Winthrop police are required to post their annual crime reports, and you can check them out on the campus police website.
A long ongoing project in Rock Hill seems to finally come closer to its completion. We got a reporter, Rasmus Arousell, for the story. Rasmus?
I'm here at City Hall, where plans about starting a transit system in the city of Rock Hill has been an ongoing discussion for years. The local government is finally close to an efficient and cheap solution for taxpayers.
The city of Rock Hill gets federal funding every year that we can use for transit, and we haven't been using it. We've been sending it back to the federal government. So City Council decided they wanted to try to use that money, keep it here in Rock Hill, and start a bus system.
The need for a transit system was brought up through the citizen survey, which is conveyed every third year. The project is now moving into its final stage.
We have gotten approval from the Federal Transit Administration for our system. So as soon as we choose a manufacturer, we'll just be basically on their timeline. We'd be looking at probably the end of 2018, early 2019.
The bus system will be completely fare-free for everyone, as it will be funded by the federal government. Deputy City Manager Jimmy Bagley describes one of the routes the buses will take.
7 buses will run 4 routes. One of those routes will be more of a downtown route. And that's going to basically take everybody from Fountain Park area, catch Winthrop, new sports arena that's going on at the old bleacher site.
As an attempt to limit the climate impact, the buses will all be electric. There will be free Wi-Fi on board and the buses can be tracked through a phone app. This has been Rasmus Arousell, Winthrop Close Up.
Thanks, Rasmus. I don't know about you, but I think the buses will be a great asset to the Winthrop and Rock Hill communities.
Yeah, I certainly think it's a great idea. A lot of Winthrop students and Rock Hill citizens have trouble either getting to work or school, so it's a great idea.
It's very true.
If you're a film fanatic, Winthrop's new minor might be for you.
And with seniors graduating in a few weeks, we'll look at some of the suggestions for applying for this first big job. Welcome back to Winthrop Close Up. With suggestions from the students, Winthrop will implement a new minor called Film and Content Production. Dr. Sabrina Habib was one of the professors in charge of creating the minor, which she says will give students the skills to create content for marketing and promotion, as well as actual filmmaking.
This minor was created with professors from across the university, so not even just arts and sciences. We had people from fine arts, business, English, everywhere. It's a good complement to so many majors.
Not many universities in the area offer a minor in film production. This first class will be taught in the spring of 2018. The class will be called Film 101X and will be taught by George Cochran. Be sure to talk to your advisor if you're interested in this minor and sign up for the first class. There are some students who don't have to worry about signing up for classes.
That's right. With December quickly approaching, seniors are looking forward to walking across the stage and receiving their diploma. But what's next? A lot of graduating seniors are nervous about finding jobs once they get into the real world. According to the Career and Civic Engagement Center here at Winthrop, the key is to get your foot in the door and work your way up.
If you really work at what you're doing, find opportunities outside just your job description, things will happen a little bit faster than you think.
The Career and Civic Engagement Center also suggests for seniors to look at jobs online and even contact companies for an intensive interview to find out just what the company is looking for in the new employee. To get help with finding jobs and preparing for the job interview, go to the Career and Civic Engagement Center in Crawford.
And there's one way that you can boost your resume for these potential employees is community service. There are plenty of opportunities, especially to volunteer during the holiday season. Reporter Shannon Simmons goes out into the community and we'll see how students can give back.
As we enter this holiday season, giving back is often at the forefront of people's minds. Making donations to those in need can be simple. Emily Ward is an outreach coordinator at a local shelter. She tells us a simple way to get involved in giving back to your community.
Anything that you can think of that you like to eat are things that we need. Of course, we prefer non-perishable because they last longer, but we do have freezers here, so if you want.
Food or clothing drives are easy ways to make a community impact. Many Winthrop organizations participate in them throughout the year. You may have noticed more and more boxes like these being set up around campus. They ask for donations of supplies, food, or clothes to go to local charities. But this is only one way students are getting involved in community service on campus. Having an impact on her hometown, Florence, is just as important as staying involved on campus for this student.
Me and my friend were actually doing a service project back home, collecting coats and blankets for like the different nursing homes and things.
Another student who has seen the importance of mentoring through education decided to get involved with LIT this semester here on Winthrop's campus.
Well, LIT stands for the Literacy Intervention Team, and basically we go around to different schools in the Rock Hill area and we read and do activities with kids.
As you can see, having a community impact is great during the holiday season, but students are giving back to their community year-round. This has been Shannon Simmons with Winthrop Close Up.
For students that are already involved, keep up the good work. And for those of you that are interested in getting involved, you can check out Eagle Impact for volunteer opportunities in the Rock Hill community.
Winthrop's basketball season is finally here, and we'll see how the Winthrop community helped kick off the season.
And we'll take a look at how the reigning Big South champions fared in their first game of the season.
I'm Taylor Simpson. I'm here with the Sports Report. Basketball season has officially started. And what better way to kick off the season with a celebration? Reporter Josh Rogers goes the extra mile.
Let's go, Eagles! Let's go, Eagles! Extra Mile was an event hosted by the First Year Experience Office on Friday, November 10th. Students and staff met in the Withers parking lot and walked together to the Coliseum.
So there's one physical mile between campus and the Coliseum. So rather than looking at that as a hindrance, we're looking at it and embracing it, walking that extra mile, going that extra mile, giving our all to go and support athletics.
Hundreds of students joined the walk, including Student Body President Tadian Page, Student Body Vice President Julian Holland, and Winthrop's President Dr. Dan Mahoney. Once students arrived at the Coliseum, they were welcomed with free t-shirts, food, and music.
The Extra Mile Walk to the Coliseum kicks off the men's basketball season, with the game against Southern Illinois starting at 7 p.m.
Many student organizations were represented during the event to show that they are in full support of Winthrop athletics and their fellow students who give their time and effort to sports.
I feel like it's just pulling the Winthrop community together as a family in general, and it's also helping us, promote physical fitness at the same time. All of us are gathered out here to, support our men's basketball team, and that's a really good thing.
This has been Josh Rogers, Winthrop Close Up.
Looks like going the extra mile was worth it. Be sure to check out the rest of the basketball season schedule online at the Winthrop Athletic website. Last season, the Winthrop men's basketball team won the Big South Conference Championships, and now they received their rings to mark such a momentous occasion. The team finished last season with a record of 26 wins and 7 losses. Anders Broman explains what it means to finally get his championship ring.
It was tough losing a couple years in a row in conference championships, so to win it all last year was unbelievable. Just really a dream come true to be able to win the Big South and then go to the national tournament. And then to get these rings on top of that is, I'm going to have this for the rest of my life, so I always remember that.
Getting their Big South Championship rings was the highlight of the night as the team fell to Southern Illinois 81-66. Xavier Cooks led the Eagles with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Despite the loss, players couldn't say enough about the support of the fans.
Just supporting us at the game, cheering loud, they were great tonight. Unfortunately, we ended up on the wrong side of the game, but just them coming out and cheering for us like that was unbelievable. It was great to see.
The Eagles' next game was on the road, taking on the Rams of Colorado State. They would lose a close one, 80-76. You can catch the Eagles in action this weekend as the campus celebrates homecoming. That's it for sports. Back to Nick and Pagan.
Thanks, Taylor.
Yeah, the hidden gem for this year's basketball team has to be that Coach Pat Kelsey came back.
That was a big story this year. We would like to thank all of you guys for tuning in to Winthrop Close Up this semester.
That's right, but there is more to the show than what's in front of the camera. Matt Lee goes behind the scenes to show you what we love about the class.
My favorite part about being on Close Up is working with the team and getting experience to work different positions, and also being able to be an anchor and get that experience as well.
One of my favorite things about Close Up is when we get to go in the broadcast studio to get to put together all the pieces. I love getting to use all the different equipment.
Good thing, for sure, making the show. That's the most fun. So much banter. Everyone makes fun of everyone when someone messes up, and it's just a lot of fun.
I like working the cameras down in the studio. I think that's probably even though it is kind of difficult, it is fun at the same time.
Of course, anchoring, but I also like reporting, and I would say my third favorite is probably running teleprompter.
My favorite is probably either being an anchor or being a sports reporter, since that's kind of what I want to do. So getting the experience to do that is pretty fun.
If you're looking to get into news production, this is a good way to get a lot of experience to work on your reel, because actually that's what I ended up doing, the stories I did in Close Up or what I used for my portfolio.
Say if you're interested in news and or anything in the movie or film industry, definitely take it, because even if news isn't your direct passion, this is one of the best classes to get a lot of practice with shooting, editing, and repeating the process.
It's a very demanding class, but it's very fun when it all comes together in the end and you see what you all created as a class.
With this being the final news show of the semester, we hope that all you guys tune in next semester to Winthrop Close Up.
But Pagan, don't forget, there's always the Best Of show that will feature our favorite stories from this semester.
Oh, yeah, I like Josh's disc golf story.
Yeah, I like Taylor's, the one about Donald Trump. He put a lot of detail into that.
Yeah, that one was really good. Be sure to tell us that your favorite stories from this semester on Facebook, and maybe we'll catch them in the Best Of show.
That's it for Winthrop Close Up.